everybody has that one thing that makes them reminisce on their favorite Call of Duty. So today I figured let's go over the most nostalgic moment in every Call of Duty. Let's dive in. Well, we have to start this video off with COD 4, and there's many things that you think about with this game because it just brought so much to the table. But if you're like me, the campaign was absolutely special. So many iconic moments and lines. But was there anything that beat the all ghillie mission? I don't know. I was a teenager just absolutely pretty much crapping my pants playing this game, trying to hide from the people, laying down, just so many awesome things with this. And let's be honest, how many times did you fail and the guy just would run right over you and you go like, wait a second, I'm following the guy in front of me. How is this happening? I don't know, man. COD 4, special campaign, special mission. We're still talking about this thing 20 years later almost. Next up, we got World at War. Now, if you're like me, I bought this game at Toys R Us. It was one of the first Call of Duties that I bought with my own money. And the first thing that I used to do going back to these CODs was I actually played the campaign first. And I know this is very different than it is nowadays, but it's just what I did. And once I planted that flag and beat the campaign, a cutscene happened. And I went, what in the world is going on here? And this cutscene actually led to a zombie coming out of the cornfield. And then it was like it was just the scariest moment I think I've ever had gaming. And then it brought you into a brand new game mode called Zombies. And this was one of those things where some people don't know this. This actually had to be, the campaign had to be completed. So you couldn't just go to the Zombies game mode like you can today. It was actually discovered through beating the campaign. It was an Easter egg. And that is just so insane to me because that would never happen nowadays because of the internet and leaks and data miners and all that stuff. So getting shocked by that as a what year was it? It was like 13 or something, 14. It was just amazing. Now this was the cool part about it. The game mode got so popular, people were playing it at their friend's house, and it was just an exciting time that the developers actually put out an update and made this game mode playable, and you didn't have to beat the campaign anymore. So it was a couple months after release, but I just think that's the coolest thing ever. It got so popular that they're like, okay, we're just gonna give it to you guys. Treyarch, you guys are amazing. Next up, we got Modern Warfare 2. I feel like this game was so iconic. There were so many things to choose from. There's really two that popped into my head when writing out my script. And number one, I don't know what this says about me as a person, but the No Russian campaign mission. Going through that airport and just kind of unleashing is probably something that I shouldn't say on a video. And honestly, it is crazy that they put that in a game. I just liked how they kind of pushed the envelope. You know, that was something that nobody really did back then with video games and kind of just showed you what war was like. I know these previous CODs did, but like this was something that would happen in real life where you're like, holy crap, that is disgusting. And it just really showed the horrors of everything with that kind of stuff. So yes, it's not very it's not like a proud moment that I enjoyed it. It was more the fact that they were just doing something different. And we should probably get off that topic as quickly as possible, but let's move on to the multiplayer. And for me, come on now, I mean, it's quite simple. Trying to get a nuke in MW2 has got to be the most nostalgic thing you can think of. And I know I've been thinking about this lately. Just the path to get this nuke was just so fun. You get the Harrier, then you get the chopper gunner, and then you get that nuke. I know some of you guys use AC-130, but what are we doing? Like the chopper gunner was it. That's how you got it. Also, I can't remember. Oh, Wasteland. I mean, when that popped up, Wasteland, my goodness. You're like, okay, it's nuke time, baby. Just so fun. Okay, Black Ops 1 brings us to another Treyarch title, and maybe you're thinking to yourself, wow, I just can't believe I was circling maybe it's like circling the stage in the first Zombies map, or maybe it's like your first wager match, or maybe it's playing Nuketown and Firing Range for the first time. I mean, these are some iconic maps, right? I don't think it's any of those, guys. For me, it's quite simple. It is realizing that at the main menu, this is an interactive scene and you can break out of the chair by spamming your triggers. You can get up, and it was just the most mind-blowing thing to me ever. And then obviously you discover that you can go on the computer. And to me, I mean, I didn't really do a lot of YouTube back then, so I didn't really know that you could type codes in. And then once I discovered that you could type in codes, get the campaign for free, get Dead Ops Arcade. I mean, you want to talk about mind-blowing. I mean, that was absolutely insane to me as a call. It's the best main menu in gaming history, and I don't know if it'll ever be beat. I mean, it's definitely not gonna be beat now. And my gosh, can we get rid of the COD HQ, please? Modern Warfare 3 for me is pretty simple. This is the introduction of the Moab. It's, you know, a different take on the nuke. And for me, I always tried to equip specialists in this game. And I don't know if I honestly can't remember if it was 25 or 30, but getting specialists, you felt like a super soldier. You were running around, you were just flying around the map. And I remember using like the PP90, I believe, and just, oh my gosh, that, I'm not gonna lie, that was good. Also, my second like side note for this game would be probably playing 2v2 face-offs. Really wish they would bring that game mode back. I know they have gunfight, but face-off, like, you got to choose your class. Why did we get rid of that? I don't know. Next up, we have Black Ops 2, and let's be real, there's just so much that's memorable about this game. And I mean, we have the campaign missions. You can kind of choose a different outcome. I'm playing this multiplayer all night. Like, it's so good. They had the introduction of ranked play or league play, whatever it was called back then. But I'm not gonna lie to you. Although the map is not the most loved, playing zombies and the map Transit, I have so many good memories with that map. And let's be honest with you, the one memory that I have is getting on the bus, leaving your friends behind, and letting them fight their way through the denizens and the smoke and the fog, and trying to get back with you guys without dying. I mean, I can remember endless nights of me and my buddies just bawling, like laughing so hard as our buddy in the back just could not get it together. We rolled on him. Dude, it was so fun. I miss everything about this game. Now, COD Ghosts, this one's tough because regardless of what you think about this game, this one obviously was not really well liked, but let's be real. The campaign was very, very solid. In a quick brief summary, Logan and Hesh, they defeat Rourke in that final battle, but then all of a sudden Rourke survives. He captures Logan, he drags him out of the picture, vows to make him a weapon for the enemy, and the game ends. It ends on a cliffhanger. And we're going, hey, next IW title, gonna be COD Ghosts 2. We never got a COD Ghosts 2. We got IW. Listen, I don't love COD Ghosts, but I would definitely like to see a second version and finish this story. I doubt we'll ever get it though. Now we're on to the jetpack era, and we're gonna start this one off with AW, and I'm gonna admit something, guys. I actually enjoyed this game. I know a lot of you guys quit during this time period, but that's okay. I enjoyed it. I love bouncing around. It was something different. And I think the one thing that I liked about this, and honestly, it's really not a good thing because it led to something really bad, but I enjoyed opening supply drops. I don't know why. It's not good. It is not good. I should not be saying this out loud, but I remember when I first got the Obsidian Steed, the Bow 27 out of the supply drop, you would have thought I won the lottery, and you didn't really win anything because it's just a gun in a game, but it was just fun, man. It was fun to open those supply drops, but now I know why, because it's literally an addiction and it's like a gambling issue. So that's probably not good. Black Ops 3 is a tough one for me because I almost had fallen out of love with zombies. I know most of you people are going, Shadows of Evil, T-Dog, Shadows of Evil, but I can't give it to Shadows of Evil. I was grinding multiplayer, and obviously we can't talk about the campaign. My goodness, what in the world was that? But for me, the multiplayer, I really don't have anything. I have nostalgia for the entire package. We have the maps, Fringe. Why haven't we got that remastered? The saturation and look of the game, colorful, bright, just so fun to look at. And the weapons, VMP, M8. I mean, we could talk about so many more too. The Weevil, just some random ones. The Man of War, the Razorback. I mean, my goodness, these were good. And then the camos. I mean, Treyarch knocked it out of the park with these, and even Specialists. It felt like it was very balanced. So this entire package in multiplayer just made for an overall great COD, and I just miss having a great multiplayer COD. Now it's IW, and now, you know, you guys know the story with this thing. It's one of the most disliked games of all time. The trailer, the reveal trailer, it made Call of Duty release COD 4 Remastered because they knew they probably weren't going to get any sales, so they made a deluxe edition. Not a good start, but if you did play this game, I'm just going to say the line that it's going to hit us all in the feels. Peace to the fallen. Also, side note, Ethan's the GOAT. Now, World War II brought us back to boots on the ground, and we all can agree that, you know, fire shotguns were the best thing about this game. No, I'm just kidding. Honestly, it's the HQ. Yeah, it's a borrowed idea from Destiny, and, you know, but this was something that Call of Duty did that where they copied somebody else and they made it really their own and unique and fun. I mean, we had the firing range. We had the ability to open supply drops in front of friends, which is kind of funny to think about that we did that. We had the quartermaster with daily challenges and all that stuff. We had a 1v1 pit. Somebody talking trash to you in the lobby. Hey, we'll see you in the lobby in the HQ and let's go 1v1. On top of that, there was like a theater mode that you could watch like MLG matches on. You could test streaks. And you can even just run around and slide on your butt if you wanted to. I mean, that's my kind of thing. I don't know why we have never ever seen this HQ system back again. I'm not talking about the new HQ. I'm talking about the old HQ, the first one that they did, the first one they tried. Let's go back to that one. Next up, we have Black Ops 4. Now, this is a very controversial title. Obviously, there was no campaign. That's really the reason why this part of this game mode exists, and that is Battle Royale. I, for one, was in the Battle Royale craze with Fortnite and all that, so I was so excited to see what Call of Duty was doing. And I honestly think with the small amount of dev time that they had for this product, it was unbelievable. Like, let's just talk about the BR map itself. It is one of, if not the best BR map of all time. Dropping into some of those POIs, I still remember to this day, and I absolutely I loved the product. I wish they would have had more support for it, but they just knew Warzone was coming and they just let it die. Side note, if this was free to play and cross play, we would still be playing it today. Now, Modern Warfare 19 is one of those games. Honestly, it got us through a really, really tough time. And let's not beat around the bush. This game is not perfect by any means. There is a lot of decisions that they made that were very bad, but let's just go into some small things that I just remember about this game. Number one, grinding S&D with the boys. That was so fun. But I think the more important thing is the movement, the mechanics, the way the guns felt. I don't think we've gotten to a point where we've reached this level of how everything felt. And I don't know if we ever will, because I feel like this system was like it was almost like just this random chance that this happened. And it was like they just crushed it. And I don't even know if they meant to do it. And then on top of it, I mean, we cannot forget, they dropped Warzone a couple months later, and this thing just absolutely blows up to levels I don't even think we knew existed. It really did bring Call of Duty back. I'm not saying that Warzone is the end all be all and the answer, but let's be honest. Call of Duty was struggling, and Warzone was the thing that kind of brought it back. Infinity Ward was, honestly, they were really in their bag in this title, and I don't know what happened after that, but we'll give them this one. Cold War. So some of you guys are probably going to say zombies, campaign, multiplayer. I'm actually going to stick with the Warzone side of things because I was still in that Warzone craze, and they dropped Rebirth Island. This map, this mode, Resurgence just had me in a chokehold. I could not escape it. I loved it so much. It was like the fast-paced TDM vibe of Call of Duty with that, you know, end game of Battle Royale where you're kind of tensed and the situation's very dire. And I think it just blended perfectly. And Rebirth came at a great time. It came at a great time, giving us the ability to play that, and Verdansk was just an unbelievable option for us. Also, I know that this is a remake, okay? Don't go, oh, this is not it. Stop it. I know. Next up is Vanguard. This one, I'm not gonna lie, is kind of tough. I don't have a lot of memories with this game. I don't think a lot of you do as well. You guys mostly vote this as the worst Call of Duty of all time. But for me, the one thing that popped into my head was the Godzilla bundle for the STG. That thing was absolute fire. I have a nostalgia for the MP40 and the STG and the Automaton. Like those three weapons. Honestly, now that I think about it, almost the Vanguard weapons as a whole in the Warzone era, they were actually really, really fun to use. And the bundles were really good too. Marco 5 was another one. So let's go guns for Vanguard, which I don't know. Let me know. Is that all right? For MW2, I have to be straight up honest with you guys. Okay, this is a very, very honest moment for me. I think I played this and Warzone 2 for maybe a month. Like the month of release. And by then, I was disgusted with the game. I quit. I did not play it. I went back to probably Modern Warfare 19, honestly. So here's what we're gonna do. In the comments down below, if you have nostalgia for MW2, the new one, MW22, put your answer down in the comments. What do you have nostalgia for? Because I have nothing but hate towards this game. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm trying to be better, guys. And lastly, we finish off with MW3. I think this game by the end has actually been a very solid COD. I think we will look back fondly on this game. And truthfully, what makes me nostalgic is just seeing the MW2 maps again in HD. I mean, let's be honest. Some of those maps were pretty solid back in the day. We really did enjoy playing them. And now we get to see them again. I wish it was under better circumstances. And there you have it. That's the most nostalgic thing in every Call of Duty. Let me know, how'd I do? Did I miss anything? Thank you so much for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed, and we'll see you in the next one.